Hello everyone, welcome back to BP Interview Tutorials. I hope you guys are doing really well. Today we came up with an interesting video that is on call center KPIs. Before moving to the video, I would request everyone to share, subscribe the channel, click on bell icon so that you will get notification on all the upcoming videos. Let's start today's concept and also check out our playlist. You will get 300 plus videos. Those will help you in cracking the interviews on trainers, team leaders, quality analyst, Six Sigma certification, MS Excel report, dashboard, people management, SMB roles and responsibilities, and many more. So today we'll go and start with our latest concept that is on average time to answer. This is one of the call center KPI that every team leaders or associate should know, and this is an important question as well. Let's start today's video that is on what is average time to answer. What is the meaning of average time to answer? I'll go with a general example here, guys. Whenever a customer used to call, okay, he need to wait for some time. Might be the IVR is busy, or might be the customer executive are busy taking care of the other customers, right? At the time, the another customer need to wait so that required customer agent can pick the call and they give the solution. That particular wait time is known as average time to answer. Now, with that note, what we can understand here is the lesser the average time to answer, the greater the customer service, right? If the waiting time is quite high, if customer need to wait in queue, definitely it will give us a very bad impression. So how we can improve it, how we can manage it, we will learn everything in detail today. Okay, the first point here, it says the measure how long it take on average for incoming call to be answered by the live agent, as I informed you in a simpler language. Next, it track the waiting queue, like how we are as informed, before answering any question to the customer and the customer is on the call waiting for his turn. That particular waiting time is known as average waiting time. It will directly impact the customer satisfaction, and sometimes if that is quite high, definitely the abandon rate will get increased because customer will decline the call and they will definitely move to the another platform. And the lesser the average time to answer, the better impression we can create in front of customer, as informed. This is known as average time to answer. You can use any of the points and we can give the answer to the HR. Okay, let's go with the formula here. The formula says total wait time for answer call divided by total number of answer call into 100. If we use this particular formula, definitely we can get the average time to the answer. Let's see the example here. I have added two examples that will give you a clear clarity. Okay, during the morning shift, your team has to answer 200 calls, right? Now, those 200 call for this 200 callers, waiting line have 5,000 seconds. Okay, the waiting time is 5,000 seconds. Now, how we can calculate the AT, average time to answer? 5,000 seconds divided by 200, which is 25 seconds, which means on an average it will take 25 seconds for an agent to answer the next customer who is in the queue, right? Next, second example. This is an amazing example we can see here, that is for the e-commerce platform. Whenever we have a big billions day or some like we have seen, like many of the e-commerce platform have this specific day that time we have a very high call volume. Now we'll take that particular example, like in 1 hour of period there are 1200 callers that have a heavy backup, right? Those 1200 callers spend combinedly approximately 18,000 seconds in a wait time. Now how we can calculate the ESA, which is average time to answer? Okay, which is 18,000 divided by 1200, which is 150 seconds, which is around 2.5 minutes. Now in that peak time, do you think customer will wait for two minutes also in order to get the solution? Definitely he will move to the another platform, he will empty the cart and move to the another e-commerce platform and purchase the particular product. So it will create a negative impression. So with these two examples we can clearly understand how this average time to answer is important. Okay, let's go with the advantages and the uses. Okay, basically it will give you the direct look how accessible your customer service feel, how much lesser time you guys have in order to give the answers to the customers who are on the waiting queue. It will also give us understanding on tracking the SLA accurately and reduce the interaction friction. When agents answer the call quickly, customers start the conversation calmly, and if they are waiting in a queue for 5 to 10 minutes, definitely there is a high chances of getting the DSAT. So this is all about ASA, which is average time to answer. If you still have any doubt, let me know, guys. I will definitely try to help you out, but use this particular KPI during your work and let me know if you have understood the concept accurately. Still have any questions? The feedbacks are always open, guys. Just let me know. I will definitely help you out. Also, let us know if you want video on any of the topic that is relevant to you and that you guys are using in a current organization. Also, check out our Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook page. You will get all the information related to the upcoming vacancies. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.